Disney Princess, A Royal Christmas. Cinderella, a very merry mix-up. Cinderella loved Christmas, especially celebrating it with good friends. "Let's have a party," she told the prince. "What a wonderful idea," he said. "What can I do to help?" "Leave everything to me," replied the princess. The next day, Cinderella began by decorating the palace. Jacques and Gus helped. Gus was in charge of the ribbon. "Whee!" he cried when the spool began to unwind. "Look at me, Cinderella!" Once the halls had been decked, they moved on to the patio. "Won't the guests be chilly out here?" the prince asked. "Oh, no," answered Cinderella. "These guests will love the crisp air and sparkly stars." Prudence, the head of the household staff, offered to help with the party. "Thank you," said Cinderella. "But this year I'd like to prepare everything myself." "What about the menu?" Prudence asked. "It's all taken care of," replied the princess. While Cinderella laid out the food, her fairy godmother appeared. "Are you sure you have everything, dear?" she asked, eyeing the unusual feast. Then she waved her wand, and a beautiful centerpiece appeared. "It's perfect!" exclaimed Cinderella. Next, the fairy godmother went to the banquet room and waved her wand. Suddenly, there was elegant food and even musicians. "Yes, that will do nicely," she said. The party in the banquet room was not what Cinderella had in mind for her special guests, but she realized it would be the perfect holiday celebration for the royal staff. The princess rushed to tell Prudence. "What a wonderful surprise," she said. Now it was time for the outdoor party. When Cinderella opened the door, a chorus of chirps, barks, and whinnies greeted her. The surprise guests were her animal friends. The prince served the food while Cinderella handed out the presents. Later, the music from the banquet room drifted outside. "Shall we dance?" asked the prince. The animals thought that was a splendid idea. Soon, the two parties had blended into one. It was the palace's merriest, most mixed-up celebration ever. The Little Mermaid, Treasures of the Season. Ariel and Prince Eric were taking a stroll. Suddenly, Max ran up carrying a soggy boot. "Max," exclaimed Eric, "you've got to stop burying our things." At least now, Ariel knew what to give Eric for Christmas. Back at the castle, Ariel noticed Grimsby, Eric's advisor, fiddling with his broken watch. She also listened carefully when the housekeeper, Carlotta, admired the red and gold ornaments on the tree. Now she had gift ideas for them, too. The next day, the princess went to the village shops. She bought new boots for Eric and a miniature ship inside a bottle. She found a watch for Grimsby and a red and gold necklace for Carlotta. For Max, she chose the biggest bone in the butcher shop. Ariel still needed gifts for her family and friends from the sea. As she passed by a shop window, she noticed some sparkling glass hearts. "They're perfect," she cried. She bought them all. Ariel went home and began to wrap the presents. A little while later, she noticed that Max's bone was missing. He was already nibbling on it. "Now, no presents until Christmas," Ariel told him. Christmas morning finally arrived. After enjoying a special holiday breakfast, it was time to open the gifts. "I'll be right back," said Ariel. She ran upstairs, but the presents she had bought were missing. Ariel needed time to figure out what to do. "Why don't we take a walk?" she suggested, hurrying everyone outside. Flounder, Sebastian, and Scuttle were waiting on the beach with a gift for her. King Triton and Ariel's sisters arrived with presents too. Then Max bounded over with one of Eric's new boots. It was full of sand. Ariel realized the dog had buried all of her gifts. Attention, everyone, said Ariel. We're going on a treasure hunt. Eric and the others started digging. One by one, Ariel's family and friends found the gifts she had so carefully chosen. Later, it was time to say goodbye and open more presents at the castle. Thank you for an amazing Christmas, said Eric. I've never been so surprised. Me either, Ariel replied. I mean, you're welcome. The Princess and the Frog, a magical holiday feast. It was Tiana and Naveen's first Christmas together, and Tiana wanted to make it extra special. She decided to throw a big Christmas Eve dinner at her restaurant for their family and friends. The couple headed off to the market with a long shopping list. We need lots of vegetables, announced Naveen. And I'm just the man to chop them. Only because I taught you how, Tiana said playfully. Soon, Naveen's arms were loaded down with bags and packages and a very wobbly basket of eggs. Just how many people are we feeding, he asked. I've lost track, replied Tiana, but the more, the merrier. Tiana and Naveen spent several days preparing for the feast. Finally, a few hours before the guests were to arrive, everything was ready. Come with me, said Tiana to Naveen. There's something I want to show you. Soon, they were paddling on the bayou. Huge bonfires lined the river. They're beautiful, Naveen declared. They light the way for Papa Noel, explained Tiana. He delivers presents in a flat boat called a pirogue. Later on, thick fog rolled in. Folks on the bank spotted Tiana and Naveen's red blanket. Look, they shouted, it's him! They thought the blanket was Papa Noel's suit. The bayou folks followed the boat back to the dock, but all they found were Tiana and Naveen. Tiana decided to invite them all to the feast. At the restaurant, Tiana's friend Charlotte pointed out a man dressed in red. Could it be Papa Noel, Tiana wondered as she rushed upstairs to put on her party dress? Soon, dinner was served. There were pots of gumbo, turkey with chestnuts, ham, and all sorts of vegetables. The guests heaped their plates high. It made Tiana so happy to see the guests enjoying her cooking. After dinner, Naveen and his alligator friend Louis played jazzy holiday tunes. Everyone danced. Later on, Tiana pushed in a heavy cart. "Time for dessert," she announced. The man in the red suit suddenly appeared. "Let me help you," he said. Naveen swept Tiana into a big hug. "Thank you for tonight," he said. "It's absolutely—" Tiana stole a glance at her mystery helper. "Magical?" she asked. "Exactly," agreed Naveen. The end.